that I think they were expecting us. This is a throwback. Okay. Well, it will be Pantheon going to the jungle here, the Ambessa top, and the Milio to give some extended range and lane power to this Lucian. Definitely not as common as some of the other picks we could have seen here on other rosters.
So we're just kind of running at him. He's just going to flash away, as now we got the Pantheon here. Doran's still pretty low as they're going all in for it, and he does get the first blood, but Kanavi is going to take a turret shot and has to flash away. Owner did have to flash in to save his top laner, so just a trade. Faker is trying to gank top, and Zeus does not have flash. So
yeah, I mean, this Realm Warp play could absolutely work.
Trying to bait him in. There's the Realm Warp and an easy lineup for Doran to set it up. And Faker with the gank in the top lane. Zeus trying to turn it here on the Doran. It's not going to happen. And Doran even gets given the kill on top of it all. So a very nice setup there from Faker once again. And that means that Kanavi has an angle here at the top lane.
Doran's flash is back.
He does have his flash. He is going to use his ult to actually get away from the Vi, and still just holds on to his flash the whole time until the equalizer comes down. And he took that little bit of extra damage at the beginning and the burn, and that means he is just dead.
In the tempo lead, right? They have the advantage, and they're going to try to push it here top side.
Now, Owner's going in. No public execution here for Doran, but he's still going to exist under this turret. They're going to wait for the redive as the spear is going to miss, and now Doran's going back in. They're missing everything, as they can just wait for another spear, and hopefully that gets the job done. But no, the shield is going to save him as well, and eventually Owner says, enough with it, I'll just get it done. It's Delight dive in the turret, and he's going to go down. As we got Milio protecting pace, he flashes away. There's so much pressure on the bottom side of the map, and I think eventually they should get this done as Kanavi's getting low, but they still get the kill, and they get it over to Zeka's Talia.
Well, was that affecting the space, or there's another Realm Warp gank?
Yeah, and it looks like Zeus once again in a lot of trouble. No flash, no way for him to get out of this one. Just ults the wave. Nearly actually takes out Faker, but all calculated in the end.
I mean, Faker's
just maybe thinking about going in onto Doran, as Owner is nearby and ulting in, as it's just going to be a straight up 2v2. The equalizer pretty good, but not good enough, as ends up being just Owner getting there first, landing the CC, and unfortunately Kanavi couldn't do much after his lane mate died.
Yeah, I mean, Owner just cannot win it alone. The person down so quick. This is that Essence Reaver, and it hits.
Got to be careful when he doesn't have his Alistair nearby. Looking for the knockback here on Akaria. It's going to get him to use his ult at the end of the day. Skooma has not finished his Muramana and is pretty far away from doing so. They bait him in though. Pay's in a lot of trouble as he flashes and he still dies. And even with Owner coming in, not able to save him, the TP not ending up doing too much, but at least pushes Doran away.
Let's see what choice they make here now, because the Herald has spawned. Dragon's up in 25, but it's Owner looking for potential contest.
Yeah, we'll have to just wait and see if they go for the fight afterwards. Doesn't look like Owner's going to be able to do much there. As the equalizer's great in the choke. Owner puts up the shield, but immediately dies afterwards. So a little bit of a bonus treat for Life Esports on top of the Dragon, as they pick up the enemy jungler as well.
This is a huge win. This is fourth. This Dragon, again, it's just the big tense point. It's Kanavi.
Kanavi's going to send it. Does he have his team with him? He kind of does. Pays is going to get that flash off, though, as he's trying desperately to live, and he does not. As eventually he goes down. Doran exhausted in amongst three of them, and he's not going to be able to do much. Kanavi might eventually go down to Faker here, but it looks like HLE are winning this fight. Owner flashing and dying, and Faker the only one who can do damage left in this fight. That's going to do it for that one, as HLE take down 4, and they will take this Baron.
Change on the map. Barely gets it calculated.
Pretty close. I mean, they were definitely considering, yeah, they're going to pull the trigger here, as Zeka going to keep him around. Even gets the knockback, and I think Faker going to have to try to Realm Warp out of this one, or just actualize his way out. Nearly kills. No, he gets the kill on a Zeka, and he just barely doesn't get away. As Kanavi gets there and shuts it down, but at least he took one with him.
So important, and you know, you can look at gold as we'll watch Faker actually real quick. Actualizer on 3, third item, third hotkey. He's going to press it, and I love how you put this to actualize his way out of here, because that is exactly what happened until he ultimately does go down here. He's out of the Realm Warp for a second, cannot quite get back in. Out here as T1, they can use these, you know, these buff wards. Oh, why the name is Phalites. Yeah, to try to see, but I mean, They're coming. They know they're coming, but there's nothing they can do to stop the siege. They're like, all right, I can see you're coming, and now...
Owner puts up the shield, but again, the CC lasts for too long. He does flash away and actually does live. Lots of damage is going on in, as now Doran accesses the backline, and the follow-up from Faker is right there. They've got Pays, they have the front line, and HLE are just routed. They go a little bit too deep, trying to kill a Pantheon, and they're going to pay the iron price for it. Kanavi by himself behind everyone. He is absolutely dead, and T1 turned this game on its head.
And Doran actually with the insane play there on the turnaround. The follow-up started. Their inhibitor respawn. Owner dodges a second shove here, but they're gonna have to roll warp in.
Wait, they're just going in. They're getting a better position actually as a team. The equalizer does an insane amount to Carrier, but only Carrier. Delight is gonna zone them away essentially by himself, and he's Alistair, and the double knockback is gigantic. They have the Elder on top of it. Pays trying desperately to hold on, but it just doesn't look like enough. With Elder Dragon, you have to imagine HLE can end this game.
Pays against the world here. He's going to attempt the recall, but I don't think this has a happy ending.
There's just no way. He's trying to kite it out, but the burn with the Rumble and the Zhonya's is enough, and it looks like HLE have done it. They will look to push and end game number 1. A very common pick into the Aphelios.
No
now
way.
We're looking at Faker's pick.
I mean, when I saw the Gnar, I think part of why they didn't lock the Gnar, I was like, no way Faker just plays Silas here. It's another front line. They've got triple for it. They've got decent ultimates to steal. I mean, really, a lot of great ultimates to steal that'll scale well with the AP that Faker's going to be building. And picking the Gnar into this Cassante means that you're going to have a fantastic lane. You're going to have pressure up there on the top side, which means you can put your efforts on focusing on the bottom side where Ziggs will also already outrange the Aphelios. You get to level 6 with the Wukong, you get through that tougher clearing.
Owner's just going to wait for him, actually. As we get the knock up into the satchel used aggressively, this time makes sense. Owner's like, oh, hello. So they're going to have a little bit of a skirmish here, a one-on-one. Which mid laner gets here first? Looks like they're here at the exact same time. And going to respect the Xin Zhao, it looks like, or maybe not quite enough, as the chain's not going to predict, as the flash comes late, and now Owner has to flash away, double flash in, as Kanavi desperate to kill that Xin Zhao, but he just cannot, and Delight follows, double kill given over to Faker at 3 minutes into the game.
Triumph proc there, Owner's 2 is back now already. It's 2026, you know, you can go back whenever you want.
Yep.
It's your prerogative.
Owner's getting in there on a Kanavi. They want to engage on this Wukong as the root comes in onto the 2 bottom laners. And Kanavi, there's really nowhere for him to go, as now they got to try to turn around. But is it too little, too late? Owner able to set up 2, eventually does go down. But now Pace has a free highway to getting even more kills, picks up the double. We got a TP coming in. And Zeus, now he's getting stunned down. Faker thinking about taking more of a fight, but not going to overplay their hands. And now with that TP, you give Doran the free lane.
Doesn't spawn for 40 more seconds. And his hijack is going to be up.
Well, he might be backing sooner rather than later. Faker in a lot of trouble here, actually. The Ignite doing so much work, and just straight up a solo kill. Zeka takes him down. Owner takes an opportunity to go mid and try to take down this turret with the Rift Herald. Should be able to do so. And actually trying to run it into the second turret here. Carrier going even deeper. There he goes. There's the knockback. But at the end of the day, with the Wild Growth, I think it should be okay. Still does have to flash, but I suppose worth with all that extra money.
Yeah, I mean, that's a lot of money he picks up. Doesn't have to flash, but they end up taking that first turret out so quick. Doesn't have anything, and now Han Life Esports are looking for a contest. Owner's going in.
Yeah, he's just going in. I mean, he's got everything. He's got his flash, his ult available. He's the same level as Faker. So they're going to exhaust him and try to get into that circle, which Wukong can easily do, as does Rakan. And Zeka gets in there as well, does the damage. We got the Between Worlds stolen. And Delight might be in a bit of trouble here, as down he will go.
See if Faker can try to cut off their retreat. Oh, does not hit the chains. Still has that ult.
To throw this ult in. There it is. And he is just going assassination mode. But unfortunately, he disengaged Cone. As now we have TP coming in. And Kanavi trying to punish him as the Gnar is not quite ready. Faker has to flash out of this one. The Gnar almost there, but now Pay's going man mode as nobody is able to get onto that backline. Faker's going back in, and now Doran's able to join as well. As Zeus low, as is Kanavi. They want to try to take them down. The chains once again not going to land.
This fight was actually so difficult to pilot for T1. But they turned it into such a scrappy fight. The Honda Life Esports could not group and get anything done, and you could really feel the difference, obviously, in terms of damage output. Zeus.
I think Owner eventually just, he'll just get him here. Oh, little sidestep. Did a good job of dodging basically everything, but it did not matter. They still get the drag.
Doesn't get the kill, but ultimately doesn't really matter that much. There's health bar out because he teleports in at a kind of awkward angle and can't reach him. You're not going to win those fights.
I think
catching
Faker's
Faker when the side would be huge.
He's trying to steal the Between Worlds. Meanwhile, Zeus is just dead, and Faker actually got away with the Aurora ult, so that's going to be a trade up here for T1, who now have a 5,000 gold lead, and they're just going to set their sights on the Baron.
And Faker's in TP mid. Look for Guma.
Yeah, he's got the satchel this time, but Faker's able to get on the right side of that. Now he just wants to get away from Kanavi.
And they're just going to keep them away from the Baron. Red-white for Pays means this Baron goes down so quick.
Yeah, I don't think there's any way. I mean, Kanavi's trying to run over. At this point, they're trying to burst down Faker, who is this tankier Silas who's quite fat, and that's just the Baron given over to T1.
I wouldn't put that in the T1 Baron column, but it was fairly close. They see an angle, they see a window, they've got the right gun set up for Pays. They take it out. Honda Life Esports trying to trade back a turret, but it doesn't look like they're necessarily even going to get that. The satchel's been changed.
Hunter's going in, and there's really no recourse for this. The satchel does come out, but unfortunately that's going to leave Kanavi to the Wolves as in goes Faker and does the burst damage. I think they're just way too far ahead at this point. The chain's once again going to miss, but Faker will not be stopped. Does get denied the quadra, but does pick up the triple as Owner. Man, he's getting so much aggro from the guys on HLE, but he just rarely goes down.
Yeah, he just absorbs it, takes it like a champ, and it's only 3 kills for Pays in this game, but his damage output has been so insane in some of these scrappy fights. And now Zeus.
We got Better Gnar ults coming on in, but Faker pretty low, and it looks like maybe not going to go for it. Although Faker has been going insane. Kingslayer comes in. Zeus is getting low. The chains are going to connect as might just have the Gnar ultimate into the wall, into the turret. Delight super low, and the auto from Carrier gets it done. He flashes forward. The bloodthirsty support trying to get another one. Be able to. T1 having a bit of fun with their food at this point.
Yeah, this is definitely becoming a very one-sided affair very quickly as Pays kind of baiting them in. He does die.
Dead. Kanavi looking for a bit more over the wall. They are going to get Carrier. As Ingo Zeka as well, but
it's really just a drop in the bucket of the deficit now. Can't satchel the turret until it goes to its final plate, if I'm not mistaken, on this patch. So they can't get the turret as quickly as they would have normally. And then, yeah, he is just going sicko mode in this fight. So difficult to kill, so tanky. And then he just is able to catch them before they can take the turret out. And then all that with the
too much action, too many replays. We don't even know which one it is. And Faker gets a kill as we're in a replay. He's looking for more. I feel like he's throwing so many chains, and I see most of them miss, but sometimes he just gets in there and blows up your entire health bar instead.
Well, that's an inhibitor going down. And Zeus is trying to get some bounty gold on the top side. We'll see a TP from Faker to shut that down. They're not going to go for the bottom turret there as the Baron fades away. And we'll just reset and look for Dragon. Owner is level 16. Can go over the wall here. There's just no way anyone can get anywhere near this Dragon. They have no vision either. I mean, Kanavi's going to come over here and see what he could do. He doesn't have flash. And I think this is just Mountain Soul to T1 for free.
Yeah, look at Doran's positioning as well. Just the threat of that. And now Faker from the top rope is looking to come on in as trying to get on top of Guma here, but he's able to satchel away. Faker, though, able to steal the Between Worlds, does an immense amount of damage, finds Zeus on the top side on top of it all, and Kanavi essentially just the sacrifice as this engage cone does get Zeus to safety. It's only a matter of time until T1 end this game.
It might be a very short amount of time, in fact, Valdez, as they have this super minion wave here. Shirelia's out. They're looking to end it right now.
I think they should be able to. Zeus, Nogar, and the gigantic Aphelios ult on top of 3. And it's still Faker that gets 2 kills somehow. As now he's diving the fountain. I'm sure he's giggling the entire time. And they have a little bit of a wave, but it did just get cleared out. Doesn't seem to matter. As very much having fun with their food and playing with it. But they will take down the Nexus here. As Owner looking for a bit more, wants that damage number to look even better. And same thing for Pays as they are just in it. Zeus, though, wants to get a kill. He's not going to be able to. This Pays picks up the double, and that will do it. T1 have their fun, and they will also have their game 3.
All right, bringing us to a game 3, a full series here. Digon and Camille, I teased earlier.
It's going to be something weird.
It could certainly be something that
Galio
just smashes lane outright. Something ranged. Could be the Jax.
Ollie in the top lane, because it's not going to be Orianna. I mean, I suppose it could be, but I think Doran would be a lot more proficient on Akali.
Yeah, well, Akali was meta in top lane. Rascal's like sitting right over there.
So true. It's a shout out to Rascal
on camera.
I see him. I can actually see him.
I think this is a bit of a wild card pick for me, the Akali. Not 100% sold on it. Could have seen the tank, but doesn't necessarily fit the rest of the identity. The comp works well with the Sivir, but not necessarily the Orianna. Mid here to look for a potential gank. Kanavi's going top side as well. Not going to commit, but see if maybe Delight can flash. Oh, Faker is not going to step up too far. Could have been an interesting angle there.
First rodeo, and yeah, I feel like, you know, Doran also, oh, there's the combo, by the way, as you said it was bot lane, but they go straight to mid and interrupt the dash. First blood given on over to Owner's Nocturne, actually.
By Kanavi. Delight's also here. They see him. Nice sidestep.
Yeah, Faker's been really on point with his sidestepping tonight. Remember, he dodged the Vault Baker from Kanavi.
Coming up, if he needed to come down here for this one. Let's see if they can set up the combo again with this knock from Orianna. Spell shield out.
Owner in a very awkward spot, but he's able to dodge quite a lot and survive. The whole team is in there. He has to go in. There's no combo with Faker just yet, holding on to that shockwave. As in goes Doran, nice little knock up from Zeus, but it does look like T1 are still in a good position. Zeus has to get out as the flash in over the wall. Doran getting in there onto Kanavi, and should eventually be able to win this one, especially with the help from his team. And Doran just going to collect that kill. Nice little fight from T1, although it started with Owner kind of out of position.
Yeah, did not look great for him, but he has spell shield, and okay, Guma may have to flash.
Okay, they're going to drop an ult here, and it's going to allow them to do a decent amount of burst damage, but it's not like they're going to get the kill or anything like that. And yeah.
Here is another engage from Keria, potentially.
Just trying to Vandal pipe his way, his team's way into the victory with all that attack speed. Moving in as a unit, trying to take this blue buff away. And Kanavi, as you mentioned, he has not been shy about ganking, about engaging, and now he's just going to die. Has the rest of his team behind a big Nautilus ultimate on the 2, and a 3-man scoop from Zeka, but does it matter? As Guma trying to do some damage on the backside, but doesn't have enough at this point in the game. As Faker getting pretty low, maybe able to take him out, but no, the shield comes down, and Faker just walks it off. Pace is going to be tagged. Actually, Keria gets in there, and Zeka somehow died up top as well. And things are getting very silly, but very silly in favor of T1. And might be looking at another one-sided game, trying to set something up here on a Faker perhaps, as there was a guy in the bush, but guess who's also here? It is Owner. As Delight's here. And it is going to be Delight, and Kanavi coming in from the jungle. There's the big sweep as everything being thrown at Faker, and they will get it done. But now Owner, pretty fed in his own right, able to take the one kill. And here comes Doran, the real threat on the team, as Zeus desperately trying to deal the damage into Owner. There's the ult forward, going to try to get into the Rift Herald, not quite able to, but does summon it as Pays and Guma make their way over, but Guma already pretty low. And that's going to force HLE back with the Rift Herald also pushing.
I mean, this is just not a win for Hanwha at all. They end up trading even, but the charge comes through. Sakali shows up, and they even get an additional plate on top of the charge. And there's just no angle here. They're looking for Pays. Oh, just a bit too short.
I mean, that was never going to work out. It feels like HLE are clutching at straws as Doran trying to flash and take out Guma. Instead, he'll have a slice to Zeus and a slice to Guma. And on top of it all, takes out Kanavi, takes them all 3 down. And now Doran 5-0 in this game.
And what happens here, it gets even crazier because they're like, maybe we can make something happen on the Pays. They overextend here. The turret is dead. As okay,
we're not even gonna get to see it because in the replay there's more kills happening.
Items.
And he's getting even more gold. Like, you talked about getting incremental leads and how good teams are doing it. I mean, Zeka might just be dead. Dodge there. Even the Zhonya's to come out, and Doran never even got turret aggro. He's still just dancing around, and he's going to be able to dodge away from this one for Owner to come in and clean up. And he might as well, as that'll be the one. It looks like Delight has his flash for now. And T1, they were playing with their food in game 1, or rather 2, but now they're really playing with it, as at least Kanavi is able to get the shutdown, and that turret's somehow still alive, and Kanavi's still going to die.
Well, this game is looking pretty over, Valdez.
I think Faker just dies again, by the way. Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything's going right, except Faker keeps dying in the side lane.
It's okay. It's fine.
He might, yeah, actually, he does live. Okay.
Zeus can only sense him, but he didn't have any burrows set up to chase.
Yeah.
You know?
Uh-oh. Well, at least Zeus is here, and I think that should be enough to hinder Doran. Or maybe not. I don't know. It's a ton of damage, and he goes, gets the kill! And the Cataclysm kind of looks defensive, but it's not helping anyone. And Doran picks up.
He should use it. Maybe he should just, you know?
Yeah, Guma is extremely dead. Like, you cannot emphasize how dead he is more than that, as a nice shockwave comes in, gonna hit Zeka. And, well, yeah, Carrier goes in for the kill. Delight goes down, and Zeus is very tanky, but not against this team, not when you're down 10,000 gold. And they really wanted to dive that, but Zeus does end up actually getting away. Teams, you can get a lot of plates in this one.
Yeah.
As not quite able to make the combo work that time around, but able to stasis the turret at least, and Owner still has his flash, so he's able to get away, and that might just be it. As Doran does insane damage with one tick of his ult, and he's still getting in there, has his Zhonya's now, gets another shuriken, and just dies. So at the end of the day, not the cleanest dive, but I don't think T1 care.
Well, I think that's the end of this push, though.
Is it? I mean, okay. Able to get over the wall. Pays able to block most of that. As no,
no, Guma, no!
Guma!
No, no.
Just leave. Just clear the wave. Okay. Well, T1 still won the fight, I guess. Maybe. Oh, Carrier's ganking him. Oh, no. Once the best of friends. Now enemies on the rift.
Look at Guma's face as well. That bought some time for some respawns. The inhibitor falls.
Yeah.
There's just no damage here between this Nautilus and Jarvan, so low health bars means that T1 will stop the push. I think if they had played a little bit more carefully, the game would probably have ended. But Life Esports still, you know, maybe they take a pickaxe and start chiseling away at that 15,000 gold lead. Delight?
Okay. Well, he has done a good job of delaying the backs.
TP.
That's a nice little tunnel
from
there.
Zeus, I mean, he wants to maybe...
They haven't powered recalls, but yeah, I mean, the amount of damage that Pace does at this point in time is kind of insane, guys. Oh man, the stasis as well on the TP coming in, and the follow-up combo really just dunking on them now. This is not looking pretty.
It is.
You're a T1 fan, of course.
So funny to watch like a bruiser try to kill a Fed 80 carry in this meta. Like, I'm gonna kill him, and Pace just walks away backwards.
All those 3 times. The combo comes in, and Owner's alone, by the way, but it doesn't seem to matter. I mean, they just don't have any damage, and everything in the kitchen sink is thrown at Doran.
All right, now going 1 by 1.
Yeah.
Again. Maybe Hanwha Life Esports can win 5v1 5 times.
Oh, they almost got through Faker's shield there.
You know,
that friend, he just keeps repeating the same joke. It's like, yeah, I mean, it was funny, but like, come on. We've heard it before.
Como was actually going to tell you guys you could skip review for this series for tonight, but now it's like, you know, you've raised his ire a little bit.
Yeah.
He's probably going to be like, all right, we're going to do an extra interview as well. Two players like, no, not the interview.
Laps around the stadium later tonight. You've earned it.
All right, well, surely this push ends the game.
Version 3, same push.
I mean, double super minion waves, not synced, but eventually showing up. Doran shows up as well with his Zhonya's. Got the ready. Good luck with the defense. Hanwha Life Esports.
Oh, that's going to be the engage once again. They find Guma, and he's got a target on his back. Down he goes to the Nocturne. And now, with a lot less tools to take down Doran, he can do whatever he wants. And the long-awaited end of the game is right before our eyes. Down will go the Nexus. This one only 28 minutes as T1 absolutely demolished HLE in game number 3. And it was not close at any point in time. As down it goes. T1 take the 2-1 tonight.
I mean, in game 1, Paze was caught multiple times. Hanwha Life Esports punished him, and they won the game. But I feel like everyone who's watching this series as a fan of either of these teams will not remember that game at all, but will remember this series as a stomp where T1 destroyed Hanwha 2 games in a row. And that's just kind of how best of threes go. Of course, a lot of Hanwha fans will try to hold that game 1 up and say, look, Paze had a few issues there. We were able to come back and take that one. But the next 2 games were so decisive that I think that history is written by the winners here, and the winners were T1.